Hey guys, what's up? This is Merrick the Kid, here with my vlog. I don't even know what to call it anymore. It was originally going to be a 400 subscriber vlog, but I'm already up to what am I at now? I'm probably 462. So I'm just going to call it a vlog to celebrate them between 400 and 500. Okay, so what I was going to do for this one is I had a lot of people on YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, message me because I wanted questions, and a lot of them asked me, well, you have all these friends that you really love and work well with and all this stuff, but how did each one of them start? So I guess I can talk about a few of them. I can only do 15 minutes. I'll probably end up hitting less than that. But that's what I'm going to do. So, where to start? I guess I'll start with Jaden. That's a good way to start. Jaden and I met in my second year of preschool, I believe. We had to get partners, if I remember this. Most of this might be foggy, because preschool was a long time ago. But, I had to choose a partner, and I said, that guy, and I just pointed at a random person, ended up being Jaden in the future. Actually, it's Jaden now, but I said, he is going to be, not only be my partner, but he is going to be my best friend. And we didn't really spark until first grade, but technically I can consider that to be the start of it. And since then we got really close, hung out a lot in elementary school. In elementary school I was bullied a lot, which kind of led to that music video I made. And he would always stand up for me, even though he would get bullied in his times and would get bullied for helping me. And it just got really close, and it was just a really genuine friendship. And then in 6th grade, at the end of our 6th grade year, he moved to Maine, and I moved, 10 miles up the road from where I originally lived. So we lost contact for a while, and then when I was in late 9th grade, early 10th grade, I think, he found me on Facebook. I guess he made one just then and was looking up people and remembered me and friend requested me. So we started talking a lot and did all this stuff, the WWA group on Facebook. I don't really want to go into details about that. There's talking a lot on Facebook, Yu-Gi-Oh! And all that stuff. And then on April 29th, actually April 28th it would happen, he got in a car crash and went to the hospital and died the next day while I was busy at my church with the 30-hour famine that we do. It took a lot out of me. I could say that much. Even the people at school seem to notice. But I'm stronger now, and he's in heaven, rocking it with God. So yeah, and then when my time here is done, I'll join him. I'm not trying to offend anyone who doesn't believe in heaven or all that stuff. I'm just stating my point, what I believe. Alright, Nick would probably be a good one. Nicholas Amedeo. Okay, his story is kind of funny, at least how we met. Alright, so it was, the weekend between first quarter and second quarter of my 7th grade year. It was I don't remember if it was Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. I think it was a Saturday morning. That, me and some of my other friends were playing football. There was 4 of us tossing around, practicing and all this stuff. And this nerdy looking kid, 7th grader with a faux hawk, rides in on roller skates. And I get the ingenious idea, and I throw the football at him, and then halfway through its flight, I yell, "Hey, heads up." And it hits him, and he falls over, and I say, "Hey, while you're coming over here to return it, why don't you join us?" So he's like, "Okay," and takes off his roller skates and joins us, and we have a lot of fun, and from there on, it's been a lot. We've gone through a lot. He's coming to my church now, and we're hanging out a lot, coming over a lot, so we play stuff like Minecraft, and horror games and stuff like that. He's on YouTube. He doesn't upload videos. He's more of a just peruser person, but he does have a video on my channel where he plays Slendytubbies. It's Nick Plays Slendytubbies. I think it's what it's called. And yeah, it's kind of funny. He was probably one of the fastest friends I accepted. It was the second day I knew him that I invited him over to my house, which was a new concept for me because I lived in apartments at this point, and before that, when I knew Jaden, I lived at a house. And I had no friends really that came over, except for my brother's friend Michael Slaughter, who's now a good friend of mine. So it was a new concept to me. I only had 1 or 2 other people come over at times. Dustin Schweitzer. I guess I can go with him next. Him, I met in ninth grade around the second or third week of school. We were in PE and we just gone through all the training stuff, what we're gonna do, practicing dressing out, rules, safety tests, all that stuff. And so it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. And I got dressed down and went into my area of the line, and Dustin was sitting over there. And it seemed like no one really hung out with him. He didn't really have any friends or anything like that. And I wanted to make my presence known, but when I was starting to walk over, he looked like this one guy, because the summer before this, I had gone to this Christian summer camp thing up in New Mexico. And one of my leaders, the guy leader, is a guy or girl, Dustin kind of looked like him. So I walked up and looked at him and I was like, "You're from New Mexico?" And we just got on a long conversation from that and hung out a bit. He didn't get to come over much because he had to do stuff back home. But we started coming over. He came with me one Wednesday to church when it was a Mega Fun Friendly game night. I didn't coin the name. That was one of the really friendly hosts. Our really friendly host, Emmy Blecker, who came up with it. But, he had a lot of fun, but he couldn't start coming again until a lot later, like a year and a half, I think. Or like a year or something, because his mom had school on Wednesdays. Or had college or school, I don't know exactly all the details, and he had to watch his sisters. But we've connected a lot. He is really nerdy. If you guys think I'm bad ever, just look at him and he's worse. So next to him, I usually seem good. Like normal, even though I hate that word a lot. Josh. This is a story where I don't exactly know how it started. He was apparently going to Central when I was starting to go. It's my church. I've been going there for nearly 9 years? Probably more than 9 years, because August passed. So about 9 years. And I guess the first time I actually remember meeting him was when we were moving out of our house into the apartments. It was just the four of us, me, my mom, dad, and brother. And then our friend Michael Slaughter, who was living with us up until that time, brought him and his friend Josh, who he was living with now that we were moving out. That's a whole nother story I don't want to get into because I don't think he wants me to get into it over the internet. But basically they came over and I thought it was cool. He's like 6'6" and stick thin at this point. He's 6'7" now, so he's still taller than me, but other than that, I start noticing him a bit more at church. Not much, because I'm still in the kids center at this point. He's in the youth group. But as the time goes on, I move up to the youth group, and we start talking a lot and hanging out. Wednesdays, I would be going, and then my parents stopped going, so I couldn't get there, and then he gave me rides, and yada yada. He's a really cool guy. The fact that he was so... Like, I think you guys... Oh, I probably should have done that, because you might not exactly know him. Okay, for, Jaden, the only reference for him on my YouTube channel, I think, go away, fly, is the music video I made, because he was the one who saved me, and I had Nick portray him. So Nick plays Jaden in the music video. He's the interviewer in my interview one. He's Owen in the one known as Schweitzer, and all that kind of stuff. Dustin is the one known as Schweitzer and the one known as Schweitzer, as well as the trailer itself. He's in the Through the Gamer Eye movie, Dustin's the one that when I'm depressed in the corner, he talks to me, and then we get in the fight scene. And in the main one I'm going to refer to is Le Film Qui N'est Jamais Et, which is the movie that never was, if you're looking at the English subtitle one. Dustin was the one who guided me on the train where I entered the room and met Nick, who was actually Zach at this point. Josh is the one who played himself. Nick says he's going to bring me to Josh's house because he speaks French. He actually doesn't, but that was just for this movie. And, yeah, so that's Josh. Who else? Slaughter would probably be a good one to talk about. Michael. He was in that movie, he was the driver that ran me over at the very end. And him, okay, he knew me probably when I was about 2. And he's 7 years older than me, like my brother. But I never really got to know him because I was young at this point. I always just viewed him as my brother's friend, and I didn't really want friends at this point, so... But as the years have gone by, my brother's kind of gone down. I'm not going to say that. It's just Michael's been paying more attention to me lately. Because I think I might be more youthful, more versatile to games and video editing and all that stuff. And we got in a close connection. He is a very talented person. He's got great hair. He can play the guitar and the drums and can sing very well. He's in a band. It's not like a really official band that's releasing CDs and all this stuff to the public, but it's in one of it with kind of a group within our church. He's with Josh and Josh's brother. Actually, he was with both of Josh's brothers, but one of them's off to college, so I don't exactly know what's happening now. But yeah, there's not much I could say about him unless like you want to meet him. But yeah. Finally, I'm going to talk about one more person, and this is the person I feel like I'm going to get questioned a lot once it's actually officially told over YouTube. I have a girlfriend now. We've been together since July 25th. This Wednesday, of September 25th, I'm recording this on Monday, the 23rd, is going to be 2 months. How we met is a complicated story in the long run. We went to the same school at Sabino High School last year for first semester, and sometime that she left, I'm not going to talk about it. But I know once or twice we bumped into each other, but didn't really know each other. And I felt something that just felt right when I encountered her. And I didn't think about it, but once she left, I had no way of communicating with her because we didn't really become that close, so we never like traded phone numbers or Facebooks or whatever. But then I'm on this one website I used to use, and I find her, and she doesn't really know who I am, and I just ask questions, and we start talking, and slowly she's like, oh, I remember bumping into you a bit, yeah. So we started talking a lot for like 2-3 months or so. And eventually we had each other on Facebook, numbers, texting, hanging out, all that good stuff. And then it became official on July 25th. And I love her dearly. She is an amazing person. She's definitely special. I'm going to use that a lot. I'm a special kind of special. She's just special. But yeah, like, if you looked at her, you would understand what I mean when I say beautiful, amazing. But if you really get to know her, you'll see the special parts that make her an interesting character. But yeah, she's cool. And that's just a few of my friends. And there'll be more vlogs so there is to come, as long as I can get technology to like me enough to be doing them like this. I'm not even so sure how good this one is. I'm recording it with my dad's camera. It's supposed to be a picture camera, but I can do video. And it might not even be on my face, because I'm just holding it at a distance from me. But, yeah. So, I'm Eric the Kid, Matt Sherrick. That's some of my friends, Nick, Dustin, Michael, Jaden, Josh, and Kenzie. And I guess I'll be signing off now. Bye.